Samsung is back. Another year, another Galaxy S blank Ultra. This year, Samsung has decided to play it pretty safe. They've maximized software upgrades, but kind of stayed clear of hardware upgrades. They're definitely not trying to change things up too much, but I can't blame them. If it ain't broke, don't fix it. Let's have a look. Right off the bat, the camera rings look much thicker than they did last year. Very interesting. So obviously it looks very similar to the S24 Ultra with some minor upgrades, but there are a few things that Samsung actually hid and didn't really tell anyone about, and we're about to tell you guys. This thing is really boxy, isn't it? It's actually more different than I thought. It feels extremely boxy. It looks different. I'd be able to tell the difference between the S24 Ultra and the S25 Ultra. Let's go ahead and remove the peel. By the way, guys, if my voice sounds weird, because I'm absolutely cooked right now, I'm very sick, so drop a like if you support. Right off the bat, they seem to have removed something. Under the Samsung logo, there's typically an IMEI, which is your phone's unique identifier, and it's not there with the S25 Ultra. I wonder why they removed it. We'll go ahead and boot the phone on. Before I tear it down, I want to look at the actual display because they reduced the bezel size and they were already incredibly thin last year. I just want to get a look at it this year and see just how much more thin they are compared to the S24 Ultra. And I could tell you right now, that is very impressive. We're almost at a point where the whole front screen is just all screen, no bezel, because look at how thin that is. That's absolutely insane. Minor upgrades or not, this phone is designed really well. It feels great, and I can already get a feel of the software upgrades just through the setup screen. It's a lot smoother and cleaner than I'm used to. One thing I hate about activating a Samsung device is it forces you to put a SIM card in. With iPhones, you could just go through the motions without a SIM card and then put one in later. Whoa. This looks very familiar to me. Looks a lot like iOS. It seems like softwares are kind of just merging. iOS is becoming more like Android and Android is becoming more like iOS. I'm not opposed to it. One thing that did piss a lot of people off this year is that they removed Bluetooth functionality on the S Pen, which kind of sucks. A lot of people really like that. So I'm curious to see if we can use an older version of the S Pen and get Bluetooth back. They also added something that I didn't know about until like yesterday. This phone has Qi 2 charging support, but it's not the same kind of charging support we're used to with, let's say, the iPhone 16. This is Qi 2 ready. Basically, you can't just take a Qi 2 supported wireless charger and charge it at Qi 2 speeds. You need something else to get there, which is where channel sponsor Spigen comes in. This is one of their many cases that upgrades the S25 Ultra to Qi 2 wireless charging. There's magnets in this case, which is a very nice looking case, by the way, which help align the wireless charger to bring you those Qi 2 speeds. This case literally upgrades the phone's wireless charging speeds. The phone knows that the case is on, and it'll tell you that you're fast wireless charging when you have it on. You can see it says right over there, fast wireless charger connected. Now if we take the case off, slap the phone on, see, not fast wireless charging. Obviously, having these magnets on your phone has other perks, like attaching this wallet from Spigen that they've designed specifically for this phone. Smack that on. Now you have wallet on your phone. If you have the S25 Ultra, why would you not want to upgrade your charging speeds and protect your phone at the same time? Click the link in the description or the comments. Otherwise, be stuck with slow wireless charging forever. Anyway, back to video. Now we'll cook the S25 Ultra. The S25 Ultra is done cooking. We'll start off by grabbing our massive suction cup, sucking the back glass up. Now we're gonna grab some isopropyl alcohol and pull up on the suction cup, and that should release the back glass. Take a look at that. You can see the back glass just lifting up. No extra effort at all. I am going to be doing the transparent mod on this phone eventually, so I want to keep the inside looking nice and fresh. The suction cup is doing all the work for me. Stop using the small suction cups. Get yourself a big boy like this one. Open it up, and that is the inside of the S25 Ultra. So this is the Qi 2 ready wireless charging coil right over here. Up here we have our 50 megapixel ultra wide camera. Down here we have our 200 megapixel wide angle with 2 times optical quality zoom. Down here we have the big boy. This is the 50 megapixel telephoto, 5 times optical zoom and 10 times optical zoom quality camera. That is a mouthful. Up here we have the 10 megapixel telephoto, 3 times optical zoom camera. We have our laser focus and our flash. Let's go ahead and unscrew this guy and and see what Samsung is hiding on the inside, because you can never tell from here. I can already see there's some sort of difference in the pull tabs of the battery. Let's investigate. We'll hit the Samsung Galaxy S25 Ultra with an unscrew. I really wish Samsung would redesign their phones one of these days. I mean, Apple's done a bunch of redesigns, like complete interior redesigns over and over again, and Samsung's always look the same. But I mean, these are really easy to repair, so as long as they keep it that way, I can't really complain. And finally, we have the one black screw right over here. Now we can go ahead and remove this shield, which is stuck to the S Pen. Now we can get a closer look at what Samsung did with the S Pen. So usually the wireless charger is stuck to the housing here, but it's not there anymore. There actually is something there though, and it's now over here. So this sticks to this area, and this looks to be an NFC coil, but I kind of want to see how different it looks from previous models. So this is an S23 Ultra housing. It has the same kind of setup here. We're gonna peel this off and check out the differences between this coil and this coil. The S Pen still looks very similar to the previous S Pen, and I want to tear it down in a short video and see exactly what changed on the inside. You can peel that right off. There we go. And they do look pretty different. This is likely just an NFC coil that tells the phone basically you have the S Pen in, or the S Pen is not in the phone. A way we can test that is by putting the S Pen in the device like this, and it made the sound that the S Pen is inserted. Take a look at what happens when I fold this all the way back. See? Now it thinks that the S Pen has been removed. And then if we put it back, the S Pen has now been inserted. So this coil over here is obviously to detect whether the S Pen is present, but is there wireless charging? Probably not. And we should be able to pop this guy out. There we go. And we're gonna go ahead and remove the SIM card because I usually forget to do that. We have the loudspeaker removed, which also has the vibration motor, same as always. We also have a random piece of tape over here, over the subboard connection. We'll go ahead and disconnect the battery, and we'll disconnect all the other connections. And take a look at that. The battery pull tabs are very different. It seems like Samsung is constantly trying to change the battery pull tabs and make them easier to use. Not sure if this one will actually be easier to remove, but let's find out. We have arrows going up here, and then we have arrows going sideways. More pull tabs on the bottom and pull tabs on the side here. The battery already feels loose, like it's moving around. Oh, check this out. That's actually very cool. That was extremely easy. Big up Samsung. The adhesive goes in the battery slot, and then the battery's kind of just wrapped. It's hugged with adhesive. You just remove the adhesive hugging it, and then you can remove it, and it's in perfect shape. Let's see if it's reusable. Yeah, I think you could definitely reuse this if you really wanted to. The battery's not going anywhere, but the motherboard tried to. Honestly, good job, Samsung. So already I can't see any flex cables leading to the S Pen, and I might be able to just pop this off. The S Pen has perished. We'll go a little bit deeper. We're gonna disconnect everything else. Now we can remove the motherboard, and it looks like they actually shrunk this motherboard down a little bit. It gets smaller and smaller every year. So it is a double-decker motherboard. There's two sides to it, and if we remove the cameras, that's all there is to it. It's housing the Snapdragon 8 Elite chip, which performs better and saves more battery. They didn't increase the battery size this year, but this is more efficient when it comes to battery use. We got a lot of scribbles in this phone. We got an S, whatever that is, an E, an H, V, V, O, A. I still don't know to this day why they scribble in phones. If you guys know, please let me know in the comments. We're gonna go ahead and unscrew the bottom board here. My editor is gonna have to edit my sniffles out. So drop a like for my editor, because he needs the likes. Now we can remove the subboard. We have the USB-C charging port, the rubber gasket around the port. We also have a green spacer here so that it sits flush with the screen, the SIM reader, and a random hole over here. I'm honestly not sure what this is. Now it's time to remove the front camera. Very easy tear down, and if you're someone who repairs these types of phones, well, you can expect more of the same. No surprises in here aside from the battery pull tabs. That's something to keep in mind, but it'll only make your job easier. Now we can take a look at that 12 megapixel front camera. All in all, is this phone worth the upgrade? Only if you have the S23 Ultra or below. If you have the S24 Ultra, I really wouldn't even bother upgrading. Anyway guys, I hope you enjoyed this video, and I'll see you guys in the next one. And we're probably going to be doing some mods on this, so stay tuned for that.